Hello dear children, welcome to science class. In the last video, you all have learnt about the respiration and as well as the movement in different type of animals, isn't it? Yes. So today dear children, you all are going to learn about marine life. Marine life means what dear children? What do you know about marine life? Yes. So marine life means the animals which stays, the life which stays in water, lives in water. Those animals are called as aquatic animals. So aquatic animals stays in water, isn't it? Those are called marine life. Okay. All the animals which lives in water are called marine life. Okay. So aquatic animals swim in water with the help of their fins and tail fin. And also they use their tail fin to balance themselves and their bodies in any direction as they want. They move quickly. Okay. The dolphin tail is so powerful, dear children. It is called a fluke. This helps them to leap up 7 meters out of the water. So how much? 7 meters it leap, means it jumps out from the water. And sea turtle uses its front flippers as a pedals. So have you seen the turtle, dear children? Tortoise? Yes. So those pedal means those flippers what they use to swim, they use it as a pedals. Have you seen a flying fish? No, isn't it? So this is a flying fish, dear children. It shoots out of the water to escape predators. It glides above the water surface for hundreds of meters using a pair of stiff, extra long fins as wings. So what happens? It escapes from predators and it flies above the water surface for hundreds of meters. So hundreds of meters it flies, and also above the surface of the water it flies, dear children. Okay, using its extra long fins. But what about animals that need to move across water but don't know how to swim? So only we know, like fish, tortoise, then flying fish, they live inside the water and also they have the fins. But other animals which lives in water, they don't know to swim. What they do? The pond skater spreads its weight across long, thin waterproof legs. Its feet are hairy and wax coated, so it is able to skim across the water. So this pond skater is a small insect, dear children. So it's very lightweight. So its feet are hairy and wax coated, so it is able to. So this pond skater is able to cross on the water. Okay. The water skiing beetle uses the tip of its body as a rudder and its front feet as a scales. So this is a water skiing beetle. So this also, what happens? It has a tip of its body. So you can see in the picture here as a rudder and its front feet as skies. Okay. So masters of the air are called birds. They fly up in the air. Birds swoop, soar, glide, hover and perform aerobatics. So birds perform aerobatics up in the sky, isn't it? In the air. Their wings are made of keratin, which makes them strong and light in weight. Hollow bones keep their bodies light, so there is less pressure on the wings. This enables the wings to keep the birds afloat in the air. They have hollow bones. Their bodies, it makes the bodies lightweight. All insects use wind power to move through the air. So wind power, when the wind blows, and also they have a wings, isn't it? They fly. Then here are some pictures. Okay, here are some pictures where you can see the beaks, dear children. Different type of beaks they have. See here. So beaks vary in shape and size according to the jobs they have to do. So birds have different type of beaks. They have their different jobs to do. Many animals have large eyes for hunting prey, especially in the dark. For example, dark owl, isn't it? Bats, owl, and then Goliath frog, eagle owl, giant squid. So what they do? Follows fast moving objects. So Goliath frog follows fast moving objects. Then eagle owl spots prey from high in the sky. So have you seen the eagle, dear children? The eagle's eyes are very sharp. They can see its prey like snake, insects from above, up above from the sky. They can see the snake. As soon as they see, they will come down to catch those prey. Okay. Next, giant squid hunts in the dark ocean floor. So these are the eyes. It's very sharp eyes they have. Then tongues. Tongues taste, lap up liquids, move food in the mouth, and also help animals grow themselves. So tongues, it gives us taste of the food, isn't it? Some animals have a long tongue, dear children. Long tongue. For example, have you seen a lizard? Its tongue is very long. And also the chameleon. It has a long tongue. How it attacks on the prey. Isn't it? Yeah. Here is an animal, okapi. Okapi stretches up to 30 centimeters to take food. And a long-tongued bat. Long-tongued bat, it also have a long tongue. Okay. Python. Python is a snake, isn't it? So it has a frogged tongue. So different type of tongue also they have in the different type of animals. Okay. One of the primary needs of all living creatures is food, isn't it? All depend, human beings, all life depend on the food. As long as we live with our parents, we don't really worry about food. Food is served to us in plates and we eat. Animals are not so lucky. They have to move to find their food. Only baby animals are fed by their parents, but once their eyes open and their bodies develop enough to move, they automatically start moving to feed themselves. So dear children, all we human life, actually we humans are very lucky. We eat food in plates served by our parents, isn't it? Yes. So, but animals are unlucky because nobody is there to serve their food. But baby animals are fed by their parents. Once the baby animal grows into an adult, means like a small when it opens eyes or it walks by its own, then the animal automatically start moving to feed themselves. So like this the animal life is. Okay, animals even have their teeth, isn't it? Yes. And even the teeth shapes also are different according to the use. Like it vary, dear children, it vary. Those are the animals have different type of teeth. Okay, in different animals. So like lion, canines are very sharp to tear their prey, like to tear the meat or the mutton of the other animal. So bottle-nosed dolphin, low conical teeth to grip slippery prey. So they have different, so the teeth vary, isn't it, dear children? They have different type of different teeth. So red piranha, thin bladed edged teeth to chop and slice. Okay, so all these types of different animals, they have variety, like vary, the teeth vary. Next, fingers and claws, dear children. See, all you all are studying about animals, isn't it? The respiration, movement, then their skin, so what they use, how they are, even the teeth, then fingers, claws, all different. We are studying about all the different body parts of their animals. Okay, so fingers and claws. Barn owl grips and grabs prey with its piercing talons. Okay, so owl, what it does, it grabs the prey with its piercing talon, means it has a legs. Have you seen? So how it will claws, it has a fingers, like a claws or fingers, whatever you call. So it goes and grabs the prey with its claws. So here is eye lemur. Okay, eye lemur pokes tree trunks or stones to get its meal or insects from under barks and stones. So this is a type of claws which it has. Okay, so what it does, it pokes the tree trunks or stones. It removes the tree trunks or stones to grab the meal from that inside. Then pincers work like pliers for crushing and cutting prey, like spider, crab and lobster. So crabs, lobster is a lobster, how its paws are there, pincers. So it's very sharp. So tentacles are mostly used for feeling and grasping prey, like jellyfish and sea anemone. Okay, so tentacles. So like a hairy type or a thread type of. So tentacles like a thread or the thread type, dear children, like a hairy type it will be. So it works as a grasping prey. So once the insect, if it is in that hairy type of tentacles, so it grasps the prey, dear children. Okay, so you have learnt about the natural home of an animal, where it lives, eats and reproduces, is known as its habitat. All animals have adapted themselves to live comfortably in their respective habitat, whether it is the icy polar regions, the dense rainforest or the arid deserts. Even aquatic animals have adapted beautifully depending upon where they live, fresh water or salt water, on the surface, in deep waters, or on the ocean or riverbed. Body coverings like feathers, scales, shells, fur and skin in case of amphibians enable them to adapt their respective habitat. Nose, lungs, skin, gills, spiracles and even a blowhole in case of the whales are the different organs for breathing. Limbs, holes and toes, scales, fins, flippers and wings are different organs which help them to move. They have well adapted beaks, eyes, tongues, teeth, fingers and claws, pincers and tentacles depending upon their food habitats. So dear children, we have come to an end of this lesson, dear children. Okay, so you have learnt everything about animal, isn't it? So the respiration, even the movement in animals, and also the aquatic animals which stays in icy region, the rainforest, then deserts, and also aquatic animals which stays in water. Then body covering you have already learned. Then you have learned the skins of different type of animals and also the movements, isn't it? So all these comes under the animals, dear children. Okay, so now what you do, we have come to an end of this lesson. Okay, so thank you. Tomorrow I am going to give the notes.